I think we might be on Instagrams. Maybe. We are trying to make this work on all of the platforms. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. It's a Jeep. Jeep, 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 Jeep. So it should be working on all fronts. I'm hoping that is the case. In the meantime, little Jeep on my head. I can see that there's people coming, which is awesome. We have been live for 39 seconds. Hopefully Instagram is working. I need someone to let me know if that is the case, because it doesn't seem to let me check it properly. It looks like we should be good on YouTube, which is exciting. I'm just going to double check over there. Thank you guys for bearing. Yes, we are live. Cool. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. I can see comments. That is cool. Happy Easter, Marcia, Mina. Good morning. It is nice that this is actually working. And then hopefully Instagram joins in for the fun. We'll see how that goes. We have new swaggy things that arrived in the mail for Biter, which should be exciting to show off. I have some fun Easter stuff for laters. Because it's Easter, we have to do fun things. And I got a mug in the mail, which is cool. I have some customizing supplies because people have been asking what I use and what my preferences are for medallions, original sculpting, as well as for customizing. So I'm going to show off some supplies that I use. Yay! Good morning, Zarina. Good morning, Aiden. Good morning, Maddie. Maddie's like behind. She says hi. We have Tim Hortons nests, which are magic because it's Easter. That is a requirement. Hopefully this works on all fronts. I'm only seeing comments from Facebook so far. So, that's how that's gonna work. It's trying. We'll see how it goes. I love how there's like 5 million of these stickers. I grabbed a whole bunch at the same time. So I guess we can start it off by saying Happy Easter to everybody. We have a few people here now, so we have stalled for long enough with my hand gestures of crazy because I can't not do hand gestures. Oh, Karen's here. Good morning, Karen. Hi, Carol. Hi, Diane. Good morning. Happy Easter. Mornings. You're so happy. You guys have had so much coffee. I went to, I don't know what that is, but I clicked it. Good morning, Zarina. Good morning, Kirsten. Yay. So, oh, what's a nest? It is just a donut with sprinkles on it that has mini eggs inside. It is delicious. Uh-oh. Carol's saying it froze. These ones don't have a hole in them.
No, they don't.
Oh.
The eggs will fall out.
Oh, they used to have holes in the middle. And the eggs would fall out. So maybe they got smarter. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Donnie. So we do have Easter surprises for later in the stream. I will talk about those soon. But I will show you some things that came in the mail first, which is fun. Oh, I should take them out of the bag so you can actually see them properly. So I got a sticker club, envelope from Natalie of Northwest Studios. She's a fellow Canuck. And there's cute little Arab thingies in it. Very, very nice. So the color is more rich in person. It's kind of showing up diluted on here. I still have yet to figure out how to get my lighting better, but cute little pony vials. I got stickers in the mail, but I will show you my mug first because my mug is glorious. So I've been following this artist for a while. It is Pottery Garage by Ruma. Ta-da! Pottery Garage by Ruma on Etsy. Check this out. Isn't that magical? It's satin black with the drips all over it. And this is my favorite part right here, where it drips down the handle and down into there. Because you need to fill your day with magic pretty things so that you can make magic pretty things. That's kind of how it works. It makes your day better if you have a cool, like rather than just a plain mug. That's no fun. So that was Magic by Ruma, and Ruma does all sorts of really, really cool glaze drippy combos. And they're also on Instagram. Yay! I guess I can show you. I'll show you an art supply I bought, actually. This I had to buy. Can you tell why I had to buy it? Because it has a pony on it. But not only does it have a pony on it, look at its dislocated jaw. It's like, that is not how pony moths work. They can flip their lips like that, but that's not they just hinge the jaw there. We hinge the jaw. Oh, I can't do this backwards. From back here, because their mouth opens like that, not like this. I did a tutorial on that on Blab way back in the day for when you people were mostly on Blab and not on Facebook and other things, because Facebook and other things didn't really exist, or not in the same fashion that it does today, at least. Did we even have Facebook back then? We had MSN. So yeah, I had a tutorial on Blab. I took a nutcracker and opened up his mouth and then made him into Stark, who is kind of like this guy, rearing and doing his thing. He was kind of similar, actually, not far off from our lovely ankle biter. Ooh, there are 5 bajillion of these wandering around the studio today. You can see some in boxes. We have a bunch that are going to be shipped out today and in the next couple of days. I have to double check that our postal people are actually open, because that's a thing that I forgot about. So super happy clean resins. So they are quite nice. Seams are quite nice. You guys should be quite happy with her. So that would be batch A for Anaconda. They are up on the website. If you ordered a biter and you paid in full, if you've ordered a biter and paid in full, you should have an email that explains what the shipping is going to look like with your batch information, what your batch is. And then if you go to the website, I can actually pull it up on my phone so you can see it. There is a page for batch info up on there. So if you click on biter and then go to sorry, this is taking a second longer than I thought. If you go to biter, there's a shipping batches button. Oops. Click the shipping batches button and it'll tell you where the batches are, what they're called, which they all have fun names, like fish. And Anaconda will be shipping, I put the 17th to the 19th just because of our holiday. I forgot about Easter. I generally forget about holidays because I don't ever not work. And so biter is going to be starting to go out in the next couple of days. That includes one of the golden prizes, which will be super exciting. Still can't wait for people to get those. I don't hold secrets very well. I'm getting better, but it's still hard. Laura's here. Morning. I'm looking at my chat thingy over here so that I can say hi to people. Yes, Aiden's like, I love the badge themes. So we tried to go with bitey things, and then it kind of went off the rails. There might be a gnome. There might be fish. Gotta have fun with it. Because you could do A, B, C, D, but that's much less fun. We need to do all the cool stuff. So, yay, Mercia's in Dingo. Chris is in Anaconda. Way better than ABC. So, on that note, I did get biter swag in. So these are the Night Angel stickers. So these will go in your boxes with your biters and your guardian angels. The blacks didn't turn out as rich as I'd hoped, but the blues are metallic. We had some challenges, but I think it still turned out fun. And this one's kind of cool because on the back is the guardian angel printed on it, which is kind of fun. I thought it would be cool to do a double-sided. So you get and these guys are huge and awesome. And then you also get the Eye on the Storm, and then the Electric Rodeo, and there'll be a Khrysalis Studios little epoxy button which will be super fun. So you can stick that on anything. It's super resilient. It actually has a epoxy over top of it, and that is quite nice. Oh, look, I can see me in me in me. I have reached the multiverse. And then a Snickers, because Biter needs a Snickers, obviously. Where's she go? I wonder if it'll actually fit in my mouth. Be funny if it turned her into like the most magical calm mare ever. She's like, I just needed a Snickers, man. And then I got one thing I can't show you. Ha ha ha. Secrets everywhere, secrets. But I did get these. So these are the certificate / info pages that'll come with her. So it's quite nice actually. But da 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 da. Check that out. It is gold foiled. Even my signature is in gold foil and my logo. I'm going to try and center that. I'm getting the hang of going left to go right. I had way too much fun. So these will go in your boxes too. They feel really cool. It's called Soft Touch. I don't know. I can't tell you about the other thing that's going in the boxes. But there will be treats in the boxes because that's how it works. And there will be a golden prize in the first 20 and the second 20. And then we're scattering them from there kind of at random, depending on, we'll see how big the run gets. I'll kind of determine what that'll look like kind of as we go. So super fun. I'm definitely doing this again. You might see gold foil a lot or silver foil because that's freaking magic. But super cool. I like to keep all my swag that I get with different resin editions. I think it's kind of fun. I know other people do. They put them in binders and do all sorts of cool stuff with them. So lots and lots of fun stuff. And then the people that paid in full on the first weekend will also get their print, which I'm getting all ready to go for you guys. If they don't make them in the boxes, I will ship them separate. I had to make some adjustments, obviously. So Tiffany's in in Anaconda too. Yay! So many anacondas. I need more coffee. Okay. What else are we doing here? So I will tell you guys about the Easter surprise in a little bit. And then I have Briarfest, more leaks for Briarfest. I wanted to show you guys, I don't have a seat that's at the right height for this. Some of my favorite books. So if you're going to start customizing or sculpting, I would suggest this book, How Your Horse Moves. It is by Jillian Higgins, who runs the visual horse stuff. So remember that horse that Briar had painted with all the anatomy on it? Yeah, they did this. So this shows you over the skin kind of where things are and how they move. That's important because your anatomy book's important. It shows you where things are, but this shows you how it kind of starts to move, keeping in mind that this is painted over top of skin. It doesn't exactly reflect the bones and the muscles underneath, but it's close. It gets your brain thinking about how it works. I have 2 of these because it's so indispensable. This is one of my favorite anatomy books for just general reference. It shows you top down. It shows you the muscles. It shows you the hooves, the legs. The legs are actually really, really important. And usually both sides. I like when it shows you where the bones are and then the muscles on top because that's really helpful for starting to understand how things work. And you can see how the hock's like a lever. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. The hock's like a lever. Can I do this the right way? There you go. The hock's like a lever. So it would have a tendon attached with a muscle, and when it pulls and activates, then you end up moving your leg in the right directions. So this helps you understand. The more you can start to understand what pulls and tugs and how things move, the better you're going to be at sculpting, because knowing how things work keeps you from making spaghetti legs and all sorts of fun stuff. So speaking of customization, I use Magic Sculpt, but you can use any epoxy. You can't use your air dry clay, stuff like that. It doesn't work very well at all. So are we a green or yellow anaconda? Green, because blue. Blue's green. Green iguanas. Green anacondas. I need to look that up though. Yellow and green anacondas. So for Magic Sculpt, dust was flying. I just use water to smooth it, and usually cheap dollar store brushes are really handy, or a nicer brush, and you have to clean it off right away. Because I found nicer brushes work really well for fine little details. But when you're starting off, just go to the dollar store and get some soft ones and you'll be good to go. So Magic Sculpt or any sort of epoxy, it'll dry on the horse, be solid, it's sandable. You'll want some sort of carbide scraper. That's a really good tool to have around. You can use safety solvent or isopropyl alcohol or rubbing alcohol for smoothing the clay. Anything that's not water will be very tough on the epoxy. So you'll want to use this sort of thing a little bit more sparingly because it'll start to eat away at it, which then makes it gummy and causes all sorts of other problems. I found Aves needs more solvent than Magic Sculpt seems to, but everybody has a preference. So if you can get little samples, try little samples. For sculpting things in original form, you can do medallions in Super Sculpey, bake it and paint it and call it done. But you can also do medallions in something like a Chavant clay or a Monster clay. This one's wax-based. I really like the texture of this. You can heat it in the microwave, pour it. You can pour it in molds and make adjustments to the castings that you've made out of this clay. You can heat it up and stretch it really cool. I haven't gotten along with Chavant very well, or JMac was so I prefer this stuff. It's quite nice and it's shiny. It smooths best with their proprietary stuff. It's isopropyl myristate, and you can buy it from Monster Makers. That's the best thing to use to smooth this stuff with. For Super Sculpey, you can use olive oil or Vaseline works as well. And this stuff is bakeable and you can paint it. This stuff, you can actually primer it and paint it, but it doesn't stay in a solid state forever. You would be able to heat it and melt it and wreck it. But I have seen people paint them, but it wouldn't be a solid solution. This is not customizing material, nor is this. You could make horns and wings and stuff out of this and attach it to a model, but you're not going to be able to put this on a model, bake it, and have it work. You will melt your model. Don't do that. Models do not go in the oven. It is bad. So when I use stuff like this, I actually will go in or use epoxy sometimes, but I'll make a medallion out of this stuff, and then I will go in and make a mold of it. So usually it's refined after I make a mold. I almost got so excited I was going to show you the Medallion Club medallion for now, but I shouldn't do that because there's people that want a surprise. There are peaks of that coming, and it is super, super cool. I think you guys are really going to like it. It's going to look amazing, painted up by everybody. It's something I'm surprised more artists haven't been doing, and it is... What can I tell you about it? If you don't want secrets, plug your ears for a second. It is a full body. And it is large. It almost didn't fit in the box. And you guys are going to love it. And it's going to be awesome. Hopefully I can paint some. Let's see what else we got. Monster clay is Lisa's favorite because it's awesome. Zarina's asking, how do you smooth the monster clay when you finish sculpting? So I will go in and use... their isopropyl myristate. It's like a different kind of alcohol that they sell from Monster Makers directly. It works the best. You can use something like Gugon. It's a little bit more aggressive. And what I'll normally do is I can even go in with sandpaper with Monster Clay and kind of get the texture down, or I'll use a rake tool, like a wire tool that's looped with little bits cut into it so that it rakes it and kind of gets in there. That seems to work the best. And I will polish it with the smoothing agent. So the isopropyl, I'm using really big words today and it's not working for me. Isopropyl myristate, and then use my fingers. And that heat from my fingers will also smooth it. If you want to get a nice glossy finish and you're not too worried about your details yet, so you've built up your structure, you can actually hit Monster Clay with heat, like a torch. and it'll melt the surface down and smooth it out really nicely. And then you can go back in and add your details. If you got like a really lumpy surface and you have a lumpy pony and you want to make it smooth and then work from there, works super well. With any of the wax-based clays, you can also take a canned air and flip it upside down and it'll spray the propellant, which freezes the clay. Or put your works in the fridge or the freezer and it cools it down and makes it harder to work with. So you can kind of adjust the working properties of it by how hot it is or how cold it is. So working under a lamp, or if you have hot hands, it'll be softer. Working under like Canadian temperatures in -40 outside, it's probably gonna be rock hard. So I play with it depending on what's going on. You can also they have different hardnesses, soft, medium, and hard, and you can take them, melt them together, and mix them and make your own custom blend. I prefer something that's between medium and hard. I know other people prefer medium or hard or soft, so you can kind of play with it. I also know people that take their own materials and make their own wax-based clays that are their own custom blend, which is crazy. Let's see. What do I use to make a mold? I'll show that. What do I use to make a mold from a medallion by Kinga? So I will use the Smooth On brand of products. We usually go with Dragon Skin 20. Dragon Skin 20 seems to be a really good mix, although you can go as low as Mold Star 15, I think we've used before. And I've used Umu. I've used which is Umu is kind of their introductory product, but there was tons of issues that I had with Umu going bad and having issues. So I switched to Mold Star. There's a lot of people in the hobby that use Mold Max. It kind of depends on what you're doing. If you can find a Smooth On dealer in your area, you can let them know what you're up to. You probably don't want to use the 30 plus hardnesses. So when you say Dragon Skin 10, 20, 30, 30 is really rigid and strong. 10 is super flexible. But for medallions, you kind of want flexible. And for a big horse, you would want something a little bit more firm depending on what you're doing. So there's a whole bunch of information about how that works. Smooth On has a really, really good YouTube channel. I would suggest checking out their YouTube channel for all of their videos. They have tons of tutorials on how to make molds of stuff. You can basically take a sculpture. Ta-da! We'll use this as an example. Maddie painted this for me. You could take this, put a little bit of hot glue on the back, stick it down. If this is your own original sculpture, don't recast other people's stuff. Stick it down on a tile. I would use like a big subway tile and then make a mold around it with whatever you've got on hand. You can use Lego. We use that a lot. You can use plastic. You can use like an old margarine container. People have done that. And then spray your mold release, fill it up. If I'm going to be using one of my wax-based clays like Monster Clay or even Super Sculpey, I'll normally seal it with matte first and then mold release and then kind of go from there. So it is super, super fun, super easy. If you can degas it and you have a vacuum chamber, great. If not, pour it in a really, really tiny stream. You should be doing that anyways. I could probably do a whole thing on molds, but hopefully that covers some of the basics. Smooth On covers it all on their thing. They're a great product. I haven't had any issues since I started switching to the not Umu stuff, but I've heard Umu's better in the US because if you get it straight there, you're not importing it up here and that takes time and causes problems. Dawn is asking how I make a sculpture permanent from Monster Clay. I would have to make a mold of it. So I have Turbo being worked on up there, and he's done in Monster Clay. So to be able to get that from where he is to even a painted product, I would need to make a mold of it and cast it. And usually if you're using clays, you would go in and take it, make a waste mold of it, get a resin casting, clean the resin casting up, and then cast that so that you have a solid one. And if you're shipping something, you do want it solid. That's why I usually work for my originals in epoxy. For full horses, that's just for shipping purposes. Now that I don't have to ship, don't need to do that, but it's still easier to get it where I need it to be in some sort of epoxy or hard material versus Monster Clay. So I would use that as a starting point, not as a ending point. What mold release works best? We use Man Ease Release 500. Haven't really used anything else because it works so well. It's like a basically spray on wax is how it works. Cool. All right. Well, I guess now that I've covered all those bases, I can. What are we at for time? It is 10:29. I'm getting good at doing these in like half an hour periods. So peaks for Briarfest. We had the Pony in a Box. So this is a Briarfest release. This is a full sculpture. What else can I tell you about this? I said it's an action pose. You're going to find out about it fairly quickly. This particular one, since it's basically done, I'm going to release information on very soon. It is... what else can I tell you? Oh, that'll give it away. It's so hard. There's only so many things I can tell you guys. You're so good, you guess it.
It has 4 legs.
It has 4 legs. Oh! You're a genius! I have another release I can tell you about. It does not have 4 legs. So, I will tell you that about it. It will be a very complicated thing, multi-piece. That does, yeah. What else can I say? So, doesn't have 4 legs. Poor
says it's a dragon.
Poor tripod. What else do I got going on? Has multiple pieces to it. It is going to be super awesome, super fun. And that's all I will tell you for now. And then I also did tell you that there's going to be a medallion series that will be released for Briarfest. So, super excited. Karen's asking Pegasus. I can't tell you. Laura says it's a dragon. It might have 8 legs. It just doesn't have 4.
It's a drider.
Yeah, it's a spider. That'd be cool. Well, Schlepter would be amazing if I said it right. Serena's like, no, I don't know why. Why are you sad, Serena? So I will be releasing little tidbits in all the streams coming up. For Easter today at 11 o'clock, there will be Instagram post, a Facebook post, and a email going out to everybody that will have information on a fun giveaway for Easter. So stay tuned to those mediums at 11 o'clock my time, Mountain Time. It is currently 10:31, so you have 29 minutes until you get to see what's going on. But you guys will have fun, I hope. It'll be really cool. So on that note, I will let you guys run into the abyss and find your Easter eggs wherever you might be hunting for Easter eggs. And I will touch base again at 11. See you then.